to our top story, and as we commemorate World Health Day, the Pharmacy and Poisons Board has raised the alarm over a growing resistance to antibiotics. But while you may heed your doctor's advice and complete that full dose of antibiotics prescribed, you are not safe. A study carried out by World Animal Protection shows that the meat you buy off the supermarket shelf could be contaminated by superbugs. Olive Burrows highlights the report's findings.
You can almost hear it. The sizzling sound the fat makes as it drips into the fire. Almost taste the smoky flavor of a fresh cut of meat hot off the flame. It's the activation of the senses triggered when meat meets heat that have led to the coining of such colloquialisms as kukupono. Your mind might tell you you are what you eat, but your body, when faced with the temptation of a succulent cut of meat, its juices dripping into the fiery pits beneath, tells you you only live once. A study by the advocacy organization World Animal Protection, however, pours cold water on the warm sensations these images evoke, revealing the existence of superbugs on the meat we buy off supermarket shelves. Kills the mood, doesn't it? After sampling mainly pork and chicken purchased from 6 of the biggest supermarkets in the country across 6 counties, that is Nairobi, Nakuru, Laikipia, Nyeri, Uasin Gishu and Kisumu, between April and July of 2020 at Kemri's labs, it was found that 38.5% of the 525 bacterial isolates examined recorded resistance to more than 3 antibiotics.
The challenge is that these organisms, when they are in foods, they will lead to a situation where they can generate or can transmit what we call antibiotic resistant genes that then get into normal human bacteria, and those genes then cause resistance of the normal bacteria.
World Animal Protection, in its report, making reference to another report by the Global Antibiotic Resistance Partnership, which showed that up to 70% of antibiotics imported into Kenya are given to chickens, pigs, and cows.
Antibiotics are not over-the-counter drugs. They are prescription-only drugs, but we can still buy antibiotics, even reserve antibiotics for World Health Organization from Agrovet.
The Pharmacy and Poisons Board itself on Wednesday, it being World Health Day, also raised the alarm over the dispensing of antimicrobials, particularly antibiotics, over the counter without a valid prescription, and the dispensing of antibiotics by those not qualified or licensed to do so. The PPB, in a notice published nationwide on Wednesday, explaining antimicrobial resistance leads to inadequate treatment of infections, longer hospital stays, higher medical costs, and increased deaths. In 2019, in an expose titled Red Alert, NTV exposed the rampant use of harmful additives on meat to extend its shelf life. And now, following its own investigations, World Animal Protection is calling on retailers to source their meat from suppliers who raise their animals in humane conditions, thereby mitigating the need for antibiotics. Olive Burrows, NTV.